Welcome back to the Coding Problem series. Today, we are diving into a fundamental data structure known as union find or disjoint set union, often abbreviated as DSU. This structure is incredibly efficient for tracking elements that are partitioned into disjoint sets. If you have ever wondered how to efficiently determine connectivity in a network, this is the tool you need. To understand why we need union find, let us look at the dynamic connectivity problem. Imagine you have a set of elements, like people in a social network, computers in a network, or pixels in an image. We connect them over time. The core question we need to answer repeatedly and quickly is, are element A and element B connected? Are they part of the same group? The union find structure relies on two primary operations. First is find. This operation tells us which subset a particular element belongs to. It essentially returns a representative ID for that group. The second operation is union. This joins two different subsets into a single one. If we add a connection between two elements, we use union to merge their respective groups. So how do we store this in memory? We do not need complex graph objects. A simple array, usually called parent, is sufficient. The index of the array represents the element, and the value at that index represents its parent. Initially, every element is its own parent, meaning every element is in its own separate set. If the parent of I is I itself, then I is the root or representative of that set. Let us visualize the union operation. Suppose we want to union element 1 and element 2. We find the root of the first element's set and the root of the second element's set. Then, we simply make one root point to the other. In code, this is as simple as setting the parent of root A to be root B. Now, both sets are merged into one large tree. However, there is a catch. If we naively attach one tree to another without a strategy, we might create a long chain. Imagine connecting 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and so on. This looks like a linked list. In this scenario, finding the root of the bottom element requires traversing every single node. This makes our find operation linear in time, which is too slow for large datasets. To fix this, we introduce our first optimization, union by rank. The rule is simple: always attach the smaller tree to the larger tree. By smaller, we usually mean shorter height or fewer nodes. This keeps the overall tree height very low. By preventing deep trees, we ensure that the path to the root remains short, keeping our operations fast. The second optimization is even more powerful: path compression. When we perform a find operation to locate the root of a node, we traverse up the tree. Why waste that effort? As we return from the recursion, we can repoint every node we visited directly to the root. This flattens the tree significantly. The next time we search for any of those nodes, the root is just one step away. When we combine union by rank and path compression, the time complexity becomes nearly constant. It is denoted as O of alpha of n, where alpha is the inverse Ackermann function. This function grows extremely slowly. For all practical input sizes in the universe, the value of alpha is less than or equal to 4. For all intents and purposes, union find operations take constant time. To wrap up, union find is an essential tool in your coding toolkit. It is the backbone of Kruskal's algorithm for finding minimum spanning trees. It is used for cycle detection in undirected graphs, counting connected components in grid problems, and analyzing network connectivity. Remember the two optimizations: union by rank and path compression, and you will have one of the most efficient data structures at your disposal. Thanks for watching.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.